Okay, so what we want to do is we want to factorize, we want to draw the cubic function of this, eh? So we have to first check what if like what number is going to be a factor, and we can see that -1 is a factor because when we put 1 in over here, it gives us 0, eh? Okay, so the next step we can just put in -1 over here, and then we're going to have to find our quadratic function over there, our quadratic equation over there, sorry. So what we do is, this is our original equation, x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6, and there's our factor 1 minus, sorry, x minus 1. So we know that x times x squared gives us x cubed. So this first one is must be x squared, eh? And then the last one over there, -1 times 6 gives us -6, right? So we know the first one is going to be x squared, and the last one is -6. Okay, so now we just need to find the middle term to get these two. So I wrote a question mark over there. So we multiply this by this, sorry, we multiply this x by 6. That gives us x times -6 gives us -6x. -1 times x squared over here. I wrote that over there, -1 times x squared. That gives us -x squared, right? Just remember, these factors must be multiplied by each one of the terms. Right? So this is multiplied by this, by this, by this. This one must be multiplied by this, by this, by this. Okay. So we only have the first two so far. So I'm multiplying this by this and that by the last one as well. Right? So then we get -x squared, -6x. Okay. So now we need to find out what this middle term is. So we can try out different numbers. So we check if we make this -1, we can see that multiplying this by this gives us -x, and if we see -x, sorry, um, we see over here, if we multiply this first one by this x, and if this is -1 in front, we can see that this -6x plus this x over here. Sorry, I just need to erase this. This needs to be positive x. 6x plus x gives us 5x, eh? And that's the term that we got over there. So just to recap, we can try -1 over there. Positive 1 times -1x gives us x, and then x times -1 gives us x squared. So when we multiply these two out, we get -x squared minus x squared, which is equal to 2x, -6x plus x, which is equal to 5x. And then, so now we can see that the middle term must be -1x over there. We can see that multiplying both of these numbers together will give us these values over there at the top, eh? Okay, so that's how we got all our, so then now all we need to do is just factorize this term. So let's just go back. So now we found out that our this middle term is -x, so we can just use the quadratic formula to factorize it, and then these are factors. So those are going to be the three different x-intercepts.